Hello there, everybody. It is May 5th, and it is time for my April collection update. Sorry this one's so late. I procrastinated way too much because of work, and I just didn't feel like it. Never felt up to it, and I'm finally doing it now. So let's go ahead and do this. No CDs this month. There are video games, DVDs, and a wall scroll. So we will start with the wall scroll, so you guys can see that, and then we'll go on to DVDs, and then end it with video games, because there's something a little special that's not so special anymore. You'll see. Okay, let's go on to that wall scroll. Alright, and my new wall scroll is a Gurren Lagann wall scroll. You got your Kamina, and your Simone, and I can't remember her name, and then those minor characters, and then Yoko. Titties. And then the robot. The Gurren Lagann, that's right, they have names. God, it's been a while since I saw this anime. I just remember it blowing my mind. I like the little glare from the sword right there. Or no, it's the metal from the robot. Wow. I remember this. Oh, Leron! When you screw it in, give it a hard, manly twist. Sorry. Yeah, I remember seeing this right when I moved in where I live now, and it was really good. I need to watch it again, definitely. Very good anime. I'm glad to finally have a freaking wall scroll for it, though. Very good. Alrighty, let's go on to the DVDs now. Alright, so first up on DVDs, I picked up the complete 6th season of Psych. It was the only season to date that I didn't have, and it took me a while to finally pick it up because I finally got around to watching the newest season that just ended, actually. This is absolutely awesome. I love this show very much. It's one of the only shows on TV I watch nowadays. Very good. Check it out if you haven't seen it. The rest of these DVDs and a Blu-ray, I actually got at a pawn shop for very cheap. Altogether, I think these cost me about $10, all of these DVDs. First up, I have a movie called Rudy. It's a sports movie. I remember seeing it in school when I was younger. All I know is it's about a kid, or a guy who was told he was never good enough to do much of anything, and he wanted to play on the Notre Dame college football team, and basically at the end of the movie he finally gets to play for like a quarter or something. It's a pretty good movie. I need to watch it again. This is one of the only ones in there I haven't watched yet of these movies. Then I got a movie I've wanted to see for quite a while, that being Robin Hood Men in Tights. Probably the Mel Brooks movie I've wanted to see the most. I have seen Spaceballs and A History of the World Part 1. I really liked History of the World Part 1. I didn't like Spaceballs at all. This movie is hilarious. Cary Elwes, or Elwes, whatever, don't know how to pronounce his last name, is hilarious in this, and it has Dave Chappelle, of all people, which is pretty cool to see. It's a really hilarious movie. Definitely go check it out. Mel Brooks is hilarious. Then we go on to a movie I saw back when I was a kid also. Walking Tall with The Rock. This is the first movie with The Rock in it I ever saw. It was one of his first movies, actually, other than The Scorpion King and The Mummy 2, I think. Great movie. It's an action movie with some comedy in it. It has Johnny Knoxville from Jackass as comedic relief, and he does a decent job, but it's a pretty good movie. Plus The Rock isn't bald and doesn't have the full tribal tattoo that he has. God, I know wrestling a little bit too well. But pretty good movie, go check it out. Then we go on to 2 Robin Williams movies. We'll start out with Man of the Year. It's about a comedian that basically becomes the president through a computer glitch, and yeah, it's him making fun of, it's him, the campaign up to it, and then he wins, and then he finds out it's a computer glitch and quits, basically. It's a pretty good movie, though. I like it quite a bit. It's got, like, it's got Louis Black, Christopher Walken, Laura Tinney, Jeff Goldblum, you know. It's a pretty good movie. Definitely go check it out. Then we go on to one of the best movies Robin Williams has done in a very long time, that being World's Greatest Dad. I don't even know how to explain this movie. It is a very messed up movie. Very messed up. It's basically about a writer who can't get a break. None of his papers get published. And then something happens to his son, and he becomes famous because of that. You would have to watch it to understand. It is on Netflix, so definitely go check this out. It is one of his best movies in my opinion. Very good. Then I happened to pick up the complete Lethal Weapon series. This is a box set. I'll take them out here. Lethal Weapon 1, Lethal Weapon 2, yeah. Lethal Weapon 3, and Lethal Weapon 4. Huh. Jet Li's in... Oh, was he the villain of 4? He might be. I never realized that. They're all really good. I have seen all of them. It's just been a very, very long time. And, you know, for $1.50 a piece, there was no way I was going to pass up the entire series of Lethal Weapon. I haven't rewatched these. The Next Thing, and Rudy are the only ones of these I haven't watched yet. I'm trying to wait for a day to just sit down and watch all 4 at once. Very good movie. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson are fantastic in these. But yeah, funny movies, can't wait to watch them. And then, this is kind of the surprise one that I found there. That being, this is The Walking Dead Season 1 on Blu-ray. I got this Blu-ray for $1.50. It's 12 episodes for $1.50 because the guy just counted it as a DVD instead of a Blu-ray. So yeah, I got a TV show for, you know, $1. Hopefully it works. I haven't watched this one yet too, but I'm really looking forward to it because I've heard really, really good things about this from a couple friends of mine. So it ought to be good. So then we will go on to the end of this video, the video games. Alright. So, starting off with video games, we got 2 new Pokemon games, yeah. I got Blue and Gold. I actually had Gold when I was a kid, gave it to my stepbrother and never got it back, unfortunately, and then I never had Blue. So, I pretty much only need Silver and White 2, and then X when it comes out, because I pre-ordered Y. I absolutely love... This is the generation I started with, so I will always have an emphatic love for this one, but the first gen is always going to be amazing as well. There is an issue with this one. Well, when I played it on the Game Boy player on the GameCube, it liked to freeze a bunch, but on my Game Boy it was just fine. This one has no problems. I'm glad I finally got a hold of these. It's great to have them finally. Then we go on to a couple of boxed Game Boy Advance games that I managed to get a hold of. First up we have Yu Yu Hakusho Spirit Detective. I'll zoom out here real quick. My friend bought me this because I bought him dinner. That's basically what it was. And I'm just like, how about you pick one of these? It looks kind of crappy, but who cares? I wanted a Yu Yu Hakusho game, so why not? I didn't pay for it either. Then, here's a surprise one that I was able to pick up boxed. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. The very first Mario and Luigi game, and probably the best as far as I know. You know, I haven't really played it, but I will, because I have it with a box and everything. So, I'm happy. Very, very excited to play that one. Then we go on to a PlayStation 2 game. I picked up NBA Street, the first one. I actually had this game, all 3 of the NBA Streets when I was a kid, and I sold them because I'm stupid. So I'm on a mission to get all of them back, or at least 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 were great. I actually sat down and played a game of this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Wow. Because it looks so bad, and the controls are like, whoa. But it's fun. It's trippy. It's like NBA Jam, but a little bit more wacky, almost. Then we go on to something a little bit special. At that pawn shop where I bought the DVDs, they also had something else that caught my eye. And that was a new console. Not a normal one, because I already have that, or I already have the 360, the Wii, the Wii U, the PS3, but they had an original Xbox for fairly cheap. It also came with a controller and all the cords. I'm just going to throw them on top of the table there. So I bought it for fairly cheap. I went home and I tested this Rally Sport Challenge game. It didn't work, but this game is scratched up to all hell, so I wasn't surprised. Now it gets interesting, story-wise. So I go to my local retro game store, and I pick up 3 new games because they were fairly cheap. I picked up 4x4 Evo 2, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball because of boobies, and the original Halo, which I had when I got my Xbox 360, but I sold it because I was going to get Anniversary. Then I decided I wanted to collect for collecting. So I put all 3 of these games in, and of these 3, this is the only one that worked. So I thought, okay, these discs are a little, well, this disc was pretty scratched up. Yeah, they were both pretty scratched up. So I took them back, like, a couple days ago, and said I want to return these because they don't work. And the lady working said, here, let's test them. So what she did is she put this one into their Xbox, while she went and cleaned or buffed this one because it had some deep scratches. This one immediately worked on their Xbox, okay? And after she was done cleaning Halo, it worked. I come home and today I tested both of them and neither of them work. So it looks like the Xbox doesn't read and the laser is broken or something. And from what I heard from them, the laser replacement is actually more expensive than just buying a new console. So it looks like I wasted the money, and I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on it. I didn't spend a ridiculous amount, but I'm probably just going to buy a new one from that retro game store. And I'll get another controller, so I'll have 2 controllers, and I'm not going to complain. But, yeah, kind of a sad ending to my collection update this month. But there will be another one next month, because I'm going to be getting that Xbox again. That might be one of the only things that shows up in next month's video, because I have my girlfriend's birthday to pay for. And I'm spending way more money than I probably should on her for her fucking birthday. But that concludes this video. I will see you next month with an Xbox, probably. Or other things. Until next time, later.